Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to another video. I'm here today to discuss the Shiki Taisho event that is ending. I believe that the community opinion was a very positive one on this event, which I believe is a very good thing because this event was very good. Very enjoyable. If anything, I think it was like way too short and I wish that it was longer, and I hope that it like comes back. My hope is that it comes back specifically in the chasm. Whenever that happens, possibly like 2.4, I hope around that. Probably not, but you know, I have hopes. But I have many other wishes for this event too. One of my favorite video game types are roguelikes, actually. They're really fun to me. I don't really know why, but I've always had some enjoyment out of them. My two favorites right now are Risk of Rain 2, which you're seeing modded gameplay of in the background, and Hades, which is my go-to roguelike on the Switch. My roguelike on the go, if you wish. I wanted to mention this because I think it's important to understand where I personally am coming from. To me, roguelikes are a game that incentivizes you to keep playing and dying to get better and progress. And progress? Whatever. AKA, death is a progression system, not a punishment system. This is something I hope to see in the resurgence of this event. A progression after death, and death too. Like, why is the event so easy? I still struggle with Risk of Rain 2 every now and again, and if I'm being honest, I still never beat the final boss. Like, I'm not good at the game, but to me the purpose is not to win, it's to progress. The Shiki Taisho event seemed to think the opposite, as you're able to walk through it without breaking a sweat. The game mode was absurdly easy, but it did reward you with progressing. Somewhat. However, I don't believe it was the best way it could have. It made the game mode go from easy to absurdly easy, like taking away curses, which would have been an interesting mechanic if instead of being random, they were a high risk, high reward option that you could choose. It also gave upgrades way too quick. Like, if I think about the mirror in Hades that works in a similar way to the charm magic in the event, it took so long to max it out. To be honest, I don't even remember if I completed it, but in the event, I'm pretty sure if it wasn't time gated, I would have upgraded everything day one. Like, why? There's way too much reward for no reason. You enter the room, have a reward. You beat one of 12 enemies, have a reward. You breathe out of your own lungs, so inspirational. Please, have a reward. You get so powerful so quickly for no reason in the event that it makes the already trivial event even easier. The game should reward playing well over being alive, and rewards should be greater if the risk is higher. Also, the Shikufuda were useless. I didn't use any of them because I blew through the content so quickly. I do think that these Shikifuda were great ideas, but they lack necessity. I do want to talk about a good piece of design for the roguelike really quick though. The spaces in the hallways of the event, where if you walked on them and got hurt or got cursed, are a great idea because it's a learning mechanic and they could have played around with those more, in my opinion, and I wish they took more advantage of them. The spaces underneath the bridges in the hallways are also really good as they encourage you to risk your life for some sort of reward. Like, it's good. Those are great. The only thing is, besides those things, the hallways are useless. There's no reason why the hallways exist. If you were to take them out of the event would be exactly the same. There's literally no reason why they should be there. I think that's something cool they could do instead is for one area in a dungeon to be similar to the Inazuma domains with the sliding screens. Like, trying to navigate them and getting better at it the more you do them would be really cool. I also like the aesthetic a lot. I would also like to see more enemies specifically tailored to this type of event, specifically bosses. I believe the event should feel like a dungeon crawl, and I feel as if adding new enemy types specifically designed to be used in this event would be really cool and distinguish it from everywhere else in the game. I also think that they could add in some like also new roguelike bosses for the event. They could like add in like weekly bosses into the dungeons to the very end of a floor. So like, for example, there would be like 3 chambers per floor, multiple rooms per chamber, and then at the end of a chamber there would be like a world boss or like a new boss, or like what we have already with, are they called, the Abyss Lector and Abyss Herald. And then at the end of a floor would be a weekly boss. Then there will be a certain number of floors until you get to a final boss that is specifically made for the dungeon and can't be fought anywhere else. Maybe it has like ties to Celestia or something. And best of all, the boss fight is hard. I want to see this event be an actual roguelike and not like a fetus's first roguelike. An issue with that though is how they handled it. They allowed every person to walk in with a pre-built character, some completely overpowered, making the mode way too easy. But if they balance it out for those players, then what about those who don't have a perfectly built character? Well, in my opinion, it could be a good idea to strip all characters of artifacts and make some tailored to the game mode. Not like giving you a pre-built version of your own character, because that's just kind of stupid, but as if you can also obtain temporary artifacts in the domain. And since they're temporary, they could also give the option to influence how an artifact rolls and such. They could also curse them if they want to. Whereas if you wear a artifact that is cursed, it could double the effect of the 2-piece, the 4-piece, or something else. It could do like very interesting stuff with this type of event. They could also add little objectives that reward you with an unlockable afterwards, like maybe new artifact sets specifically for the game mode, or more Shikifuda, maybe a really cool passive, maybe something that unlocks with the mirror, or not mirror, that's in Hades, I mean the Shikifuda, the magic charm thing. Who knows? My point here is that they can do so much more with this event, and I hope they take advantage of it. The only concern I have is that it's MiHoYo, and I know that they won't, which sucks. But I think that's gonna do it for this video. If you did enjoy, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye!